Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here on this Friday morning. Got a big show lined up, but first, let's take a look at our weather. Brought to us by Gulf Coast Air Conditioning. Drew Pollard and his hard-working crew taking care of our everyday comfort needs. High 70, low 64. Just a little bit of a window of temperature change. Water temperature at the end of the period right now at 55.8. So it's hanging in there pretty steady this week. Our river readings brought to us by Panama City Coca-Cola. Take a look at the Apalachicola at Bluntstown. It's looking, let's see, the reading on it is actually I don't have 6.3 for Choctawhatchee, and the Choctawhatchee is going up. I don't have the official reading. It didn't come over across on the computer. So, but the Choctawhatchee is going up, and the Apalachicola, Bluntstown, I think it'll be pretty steady for a day or two, but it's going to start going up. But the rain we're having, this week has just hadn't been heavy. At first, they were predicting the first part of the week, they're predicting 3 to 5 inches of rain. Now it's down to less than like a 1 inch or so, but scattered throughout the area. It's sort of front, instead of one solid heavy front coming in. You saw what it does. All you meteorology guys and girls can sort of figure out what's going on. It's sort of unsettled area. Okay, our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn. Good strong tides today on the 26th of January. Looking at the low tide this morning at 8:12 and a high tide at 10:10. Our wind will be coming out of south, only at 7 today. So that's the lowest, one of the few times in the last 16 or 17 days it's been in single digits. So south at 7. Let's go and do our fishing game time today in this segment here. We're looking at 11:46 to 1:46, right in the middle of the day. That's always brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers in Port St. Joe. And what I'm thinking of, I wrote a note. We're talking about I got a lot of comments on the video of the purple martin. Y'all really enjoyed seeing that. And the birds that kept flying up on the outside, H.C. Slaves texted me right after. He said those were hawks. And Wendy called me from St. Joe. Those were hawks coming in, trying to get inside to those babies. So those hawks kept coming in. They got frustrated. So that's what that was. So thank you, H.C., for getting everything clarified and straightened out. So a lot of y'all know that, and some folks didn't. So that's nature in itself. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. I have a plethora of pictures to show you from announcements of some really cool pictures. So let's start with this little announcement here from University of Florida Extension Center. They're having, it's called a Citizen Science Seminar, and it's going to be Mr. Scott Jackson will be talking, and Miss Chantel Weber will be talking about the actual reefs in the real world, different reefs and different things. So a lot of refreshments by the Panhandle Gator Club. So that's going to be February the 13th, if you're interested in that, at 6 p.m. And I may swing by in my schedule. Billy Grantham posted this. He's always looking at nature. He took this picture of an eagle. And what he said, though, when I was a much younger boy, you hardly ever saw eagles. And this is true. I've got some research. You got me interested in it. I looked some stuff up last night. I'm going to share with you a little bit. But this is Billy Grantham's picture. There are a lot more eagles now. And Alan Chasen answered Billy. Alan's from up there too. And Alan said, I've been seeing more of them the last couple of years. Almost hit one that was beside the road coming off I-10. He had a dead animal and dropped it as he was flying away. He instantly turned, dropping back towards the ground to grab it, in which they're instinctive to do that. I slowed and missed him about 15 feet in front of me. His wing spread, the last sentence, his wing spread looked as wide as my Tacoma, a big eagle. So they are majestic. It's so cool. So we're going to talk about that. I ran across this. I did not know there was such a thing as the International Custom Rod Building Exposition. But anyway, they're having their convention next month. It's going to be up there. It's not that far. It's going to be in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. So Steve Rogers, if you're looking, I bet you want to go to that. So interesting. Okay. Kendra Turner, the little girl got this big buck and just got those horns back. Look at that big old smile on her face. She's happy, isn't she? All right, she'll have stories to remember about that. Steve Shea sent us back reminding of us, attention hunters, about donating deer and hogs at the deer shack, and they will actually put them together. And it's Florida Hunters for the Hungry. It's a statewide organization, and the Deer Shack is very instrumental in doing this, and local Christian ministries and donors, just a big group of people. And it goes to the needy. But if you donate it, they're donating a gun that's be drawn at chance, and it's going to be, the draw will be March the 1st. It'll be a Creedmoor 6.5 rifle with scope. I know you don't donate to give things back, but that's just a reward, and that's going to be good. So I'll check out the Deer Shack on doing that. FWC next meeting, I'll just keep you informed on the next meeting, the closest one we're going to have this year from FWC, February 21st and 22nd in Tallahassee. So that's about not that far away. Okay, then the most recent meeting, I just had one in Orlando. I looked up the information. This was 2023. The last time they had one this way, look, that was Orlando, Petersburg, Jacksonville. They had one here in 2022 in bottom left-hand corner in Panama City, and I went to that one. Tess Randall Jolly, she's an outstanding photographer. I talk about her a lot up there in northern Alabama. She nicknamed this one Cool Whip. Easy to nickname this old king of spring when it appeared, Cool Whip. She said, that's the thickest skull cap I've ever observed. And that is true. That is an old gobbler right there. And what a great picture. I mean, the clarity of this is amazing, her photography. Tarpon Seafood, check this out this weekend. This is some good prices on a really good eating fish. The yellowtail snapper, $8.99 whole, $18.99 fillet. I personally, I like to buy the whole thing and clean it myself. I get more meat, I say, off of it. But anyway, check out Tarpon Seafood. Getting back to the bald eagles, I was looking up some information, and I've got 3 or 4 little pictures I want to show you. Look back on this bar graph, okay? This is back from 1963, when it's 1963, lower left-hand corner. They only counted 417. In 1974, and it's 791. And then in 81, and what happened now is interesting. Look at, folks, how the eagle population has increased. Is this not amazing? Okay. And now I've got a couple others. I threw 98. Yeah, even New Jersey. I mean, they have, New Jersey have eagles. Look, they've gone 250 active nests. And then this is a state, I mean, region by region. They do it by the flyways, just like the duck flyway. 84,000, let's go from right to left. 84,000 Atlantic flyway. Look at the Mississippi flyway, 159,000 eagles. Central 30, and then Pacific 42. But is that not amazing? And that's a 2019. And this is the latest research, goes to 2020, and you just see a survey and data, and they've actually put some, these are the nests and all, with the breeding pairs. So one thing, look here, 2007, it was delisted from endangered species in 2007. But what a great story, what a great comeback. Let's end up with this picture here. Bald eagles on a nest with 2 young in Maine. And they're funny looking, just talking back and forth, and they're very when you get eagles and all, getting pictures of them is just always exciting. So the eagle story, how conservation came about and saved the eagle, is an amazing story, amazing testimonial to conservationists. Let's take a break, we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let's get started. A lot more I got to sort of rush through and get it covered. So here we go. This email sent to me. Hello, Mr. Chester. My name is Corey Griner. I have a tracking business, CIS Big Game Recovery here locally. We help hunters recover the lost. This past Monday, the 22nd, I received a call from Mr. Kelly Harmon. He stated he had shot the biggest buck of his lifetime. I know Kelly, he's a big hunter, shot a lot of deer. And after searching, the blood trail had quit. Mr. Harmon explained to me over the phone. So I told him to just sit overnight. The next morning, I met him at 7:30. And I showed my dog Sith, Catahoula, the blood at a shot site, and told him to find the deer. That's the command for him to start tracking. In a short period of time, they found it What a fine buck. So it's sixth right here, big game recovery, Northwest Florida and South Alabama. Okay, Corey Griner, and check this out. It's not a big buck right there, huge buck. That's Kelly Harmon on the left, very proud of that one. With a dog, that's a nice dog there, a smart dog. So I know that's exciting to find that. I know Kelly probably didn't sleep during the night, just wanted to make sure he found that big buck. Good job. Thank you, Corey, for sending me that information. Okay, this is interesting now. We've talked about this before. This is from Angie and Billy Drennan. Hi, Winston. I want you to read this whole thing. Love your show, and we thank you for all that you do. I appreciate you saying that. So here's what. We would love to be matched up with anyone that has a hunting lease they want to share. We've got 2 hunters in our family, my husband, Billy, and our son, Noah. Thank you so much for offering to try to match folks together. So here's the contact information. It'd be great to get a couple there with a little son that's in the hunting lease. So it's Billy Drennan. That's the phone number right there, 855-4178, and billy.drennan@gmail.com. So if you can, get up with that. If you have people you want to get on a lease, if you want to get on a lease, we want to match these people up. It's a win-win for all of us. I'm really proud of it. Okay, real quick, speaking of cane syrup, 40 years ago, this is Doug Lurie, fishing in Sumatra, and we found the best cane syrup ever, cooked by George Walden. So he was doing it regular. But anyway, we can find it at the Panhandle Outdoor Settlement. Now I want to go to these next pictures here. Let me see if I can get them straight here. I was able to talk to the classes at, Wednesday morning, went up there to Bristol, Total Middle School. The 5th grade classes, Robin Conyers invited me up there to talk about Literacy Week, about the reading, importance of reading, and also me writing the book, and also a little bit about a TV show, because a lot of folks up there watch it. So I had Gail and I rode up there and just had a wonderful morning with these young people, these young 5th graders. I have some pictures and all, but they were so respectful and courteous and listened, had good questions, and we had 3 classes, and I want to compliment the teachers on how well they've done with these classes. We're in the library. That's a good place to be. Here's the final picture. I'm posing with all of them at the end. Look at the big old smiles they had. They were happy, wasn't they? And so we're in the library. Just here's some. Okay, this is how you like this Panhandle Outdoor shirt? This is Bailey Garrett, and she was there with her Panhandle Outdoor shirt on. Is that not cool? Here she is right here. What a pretty sweet little girl. All right, look at that smile. And thank you for getting that Panhandle Outdoor shirt. The teacher ought to give you extra credit, but I was just standing in front, I was just telling them different stories and everything. Look how attentive they are. Look, they're looking at me, and it was really cool. They're talking about all kinds of different stuff. I just started running my mouth, and they just listen, and it's not complicated. And here they are here, and I wanted this picture here. This is Germany. She wanted me to autograph the shirt right there, and I did some autographs later. Boy, what a cute bunch of kids, and so well respectful. I just had the best time. Okay, then I got this text when I got home. Hey, I'm one of the kids that were at your speech today at WR Toller School, and I was going to send some pictures of some stuff I do outdoors and see if you could put the pictures on your TV show, if that is okay. You did a good job today. That's a compliment coming from a 5th grader. I said, thank you. You can text me the pictures here. Give me your name, and y'all were a very good audience. So here's his name. He said, you're welcome. My name is Colton Strickland. But let me go back to my last sentence up here in the blue. I said, y'all were a very good audience today, and I really enjoyed being up there and talking to you. And the last thing I wrote down, read. I'm trying to tell all of them to read. So anyway, Colton Strickland. Send me some pictures. Look at Colton up there. That's a nice shot on that big buck Colton. And here he is right here. Got him in the 4-wheeler. Going to take him out of the woods. Good pictures. Oh, check this out. I had to take a double take. Look how big this gator is. I'm sure his dad, I bet the story on it, your dad probably helped your uncle and all, but that's a good picture for a 5th grader. Big old gator like that. So we're talking about some outdoor folks up there in Bristol. They are. So anyway, so I've got more stuff. I'm gonna run out of time. I want to go ahead and get a drawing put together. We'll finish this up Monday. By the way, on Monday's show, I'll have Brock Meyer coming on. He's a captain now, and his versatility. He's only been in Florida maybe 7 years, maybe, and didn't know anything about fishing, and just had this passion. So he's going to be on the show and talk about fishing out of the surf, fishing out of kayak, fishing within 10-mile range. He's a captain to do that now. So he's going, and a lot of he's an enthusiastic guy always. So looking forward to have him coming on Monday morning. Okay, so here I got to add some names before we start doing the drawing. How about, I think you know this familiar name from all the way from Callaway, Jerry Forehand, and his better half Carolyn Forehand from Callaway. And Jerry sent some pictures. And in fact, they're on an anniversary cruise this week and this weekend. Been married 53 years. Happy anniversary. Okay, Cindy Griffin, Matthew Griffin. Okay, they sent some good information. From Youngstown to Zane Hagens, Tommy Alexander from Southport, and Lynn Alexander up there from Southport. From Wausau, Julie Carter and Randy Carter from Wausau. Okay, Ada Bowie from Callaway, Sandra Fitzgerald from Panama City Beach, and Mike Fitzgerald from Panama City Beach. Okay, so we got some names in there, and let's get ready for our drawing. Some exciting things. The $20, they're just falling out here. I'm gonna put these back in here. I'm probably gonna have to get a bigger jar or something. Okay, I got to tilt it more. All right, here we go. $20 gift certificate, Tarpon Dock Seafood. All right, now, from Southport, Tommy Alexander, and a big red snapper. A big red snapper from Tarpon Dock Seafood all the way. Well, I don't have where they're from. This is Nancy Flores. Nancy Flores. I assume if you don't put on here, Panama City. Tommy Alexander on the $20 and Nancy Flores on the red snapper. Okay, we're going to take a break and set up our famous Friday fishing report. Welcome back, and welcome to our famous Friday fishing forecast, brought to us by our good friend Jessica Ling Financial and Insurance and Financial Group, and also by Hammer Down Roofing with Matt Andrews. So we appreciate the sponsorship of this segment of our show. I sort of got amused last night. I was putting things together, and I usually have all kinds of stuff written down. I don't have a whole lot to talk about. It's sort of been so windy and rainy and everything. It's just haven't had a lot of folks out fishing. But like I always say, you never know till you go. It's like with Mike McGraw. I had 9 reports of 0 pompano, and he texted me, I got a pompano back in January, so it will happen. But what I wrote down, just work around the rain. It's going to come and go. But one of the first things I think about is want to catch some fish. If you have access to any kind of little pond or somewhere, a small sandhill pond or some private commercial area, anything you go to fish a pond, this would be a good weekend to do that, because their water level will just go up, and most of them, when the water level goes up, they'll drain off. So pond fishing, I grew up doing some of that, and it was just a lot of fun. You sort of move around and all. And the second thing I wrote down, surf fishing is still, the wind died down a little bit. Surf fishing in the wintertime, people finally caught on, you can catch fish in the surf in the winter. People used to hardly ever fish, and we always talk about catching whiting. But I tell you what, I've seen a lot of pictures of. The last 2 weeks, I've seen a lot of people surf fishing and catching bull reds in the surf. And you just throw out some not live bait, but some shrimp or a piece of cut fish, and they're really good about feeding on the bottom. A lot of fun to catch, and we're going to surf fish. So I had that written down. And also, you can shark fish this time of year, but you've got to be set up for it with a wire leader and everything like that. So that'll always be something good to do. Okay, the third thing I wrote down, and it's just always a safe bet, bridge fishing. We talk about different places to fish off of a bridge, and our areas here, we're sort of blessed to have some good bridge fishing here in the Panhandle. The thing about that, you can just go fishing along the pilings and catch some sheephead, remember the season will be closing soon, but sheephead fishing is good. You can catch them all kind of stuff there. Whiting, actually they come through there, but redfish coming through. So let's go to the map. Let's go here. We're going to start on the western end, on Choctawhatchee Bay over here. Fishing in Choctawhatchee, I haven't got any reports from J.B. Hillard coming down and fishing the creeks and rivers and all, but I know just from experience there's going to be some good fishing on the northern end of the bay. Surf fishing down here at State Park, I talk about that on about once a month. I talk about surf fishing coming down here all along, getting around 38. It's a good time to be in that area because there's not that many people there. So 38 surf fishing all through here is going to be good. And there's public access coming through there. Coming on into West Bay, the West Bay Bridge, fishing around the West Bay Bridge is excellent. Our two rivers, our two little creeks here, I talk about them on a regular basis, Crooked Creek and Burnt Mill Creek, be good fishing. The trout bite is going to be steady now. It's going to be steady. West Bay Point, coming on down to Hathaway Bridge. The biggest thing now, I get a tickle at the Hathaway Bridge. People used to never fish around the bridge, and now you can hardly go by there on a weekend or a weekday and not see some boats, especially when the tide's coming in and out. And what they figured out, we have channel bass. Redfish is called channel bass, and they're not moving the water. They're feeding, and these fishing guides have really started a big crowd coming in there fishing with live bait. So move on quickly. I want to get on down here to East Bay is going to be strong. East Bay is always going to be good this time of year up around Sandy Creek. Okay, let's move on down here. I have not gotten a lot of reports from St. Joe Bay, but I know this time of year trout fishing is good. And also, let's move on down real quick to the bridge here. Okay, so we're East Point Bridge, from back to Carabel, then right here at East Point Bridge. I'd like to show this is the favorite spot to go in Apalachicola Bay. I just always want to point that out. It's such a good place to go. It is a long bridge. It's in Apalachicola Bay. A lot of room. You can walk out there. It's a special place. As is the Lynn Haven Bridge is good, and some other bridges. So bridge fishing will be good this weekend. And again, surf fishing is going to be good. I wouldn't really venture too far offshore. The weather, really rough. But lately the waves haven't been quite as bad the last day or two. So the surface are clearing up. Bass fishing, you guys and girls, y'all know where you're going. The lakes are good. Lake Talcum's going to be good. Lake Seminole's going to be good. The lakes, they have a dam so they can control the level of flow. So lake fishing will be good. Bass fishing, they're pre-spawn right now. I got to wrap it up. Time's running out. Thank y'all for watching Panhandle Outdoors this week. We appreciate your viewership. Do something good today for someone else. And God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.